Welcome. We are on week 3 and we are continuing to build our inner compass. We have found our true north. We're looking at and we built the beginnings through east, and now we're looking at south, where grounding and roots grow. And if you've been in a lot of shoulda, coulda mindsets when it comes to your new year growth, this week is for you. As we build our inner compass, we see that south is our inner foundation of dedication. It's the direction of grounding and roots. In navigation, south represents grounding, depth, and the earth beneath you. While north calls you forward, south anchors you down like a harbor in the storm. In your inner compass work, south represents dedication, the deep roots that keep you committed when motivation fades, when obstacles arise, and when the path gets hard. South asks, what am I rooted in? What keeps me here when I want to quit? And the nature of true dedication is that it isn't stubbornness. It's not forcing yourself to stick with something that is destroying you. Real dedication, the kind that serves your North Star, is sustained commitment born from the deep knowing, not desperate clinging to external validation. So, as we build our south and our internal compass, we want to know and explore that dedication. And last month, we did a whole week on dedication. And as you see, this stuff comes up because I'm not necessarily teaching you something new. I'm teaching you in a different way. Adult learners need 13 times to interact with a concept before it lands. And so what I'm doing is trying to give you new metaphors and new ways for you to apply this, because it's all about awareness, acceptance, action. And so these videos are here to give you awareness. Hopefully the neuroscience-backed framework is allowing you to find that acceptance, that this isn't about your value or your outcomes. It is just the things that are happening in your survival brain, and you survive really well. So I want to talk about this difference between dedication and stubbornness. Dedication have roots that spread out and grow. They're giving you a stable basis. They're reaching up, as the North Star is our sunlight. They're kind of reaching up towards the sunlight. Stubbornness has roots that are going to entangle and strangle us. They're there to keep us captive and withheld. And so let's go and explore this idea of a mind-body connection and this dissonance that comes up when our roots are either going to create stubbornness and restrict us, or dedication and ground us and allow a greater place to be able to interact in and grow from. Your mind knows the difference. Mind-body integration is at the depth of dedication. For the mind's role, your mind creates the vision, sets the intention, and remembers why you started. It holds the story of commitment. But mind alone creates dedication that's brittle. It's all willpower, and we're stuck in the language of discipline, not resilience. And the body's role, as we integrate them together, the body is going to hold the stamina, the endurance, and the cellular memory of I've done hard things before. It signals when dedication is sustainable versus when you're running on fumes. The body roots dedication in reality, not fantasy or the past. And so how we integrate this is true integration is when the mind and body are working together. Because remember, stress causes a dissonance, a phobia between the mind and body. That limbic system is up. And you're like, I don't know, I don't feel stressed. I don't think I'm stressed, but my body says that I'm in the middle of the Serengeti and all the lions are on the bluffs hiding behind the trees, and I am vulnerable and I am exposed, and I have no idea why. I look around and I feel like there's nothing wrong. And then we get into this entitlement grief. We're like, well, I have a good life, so why am I depressed? I'm safe. I have a good house. I have a good neighborhood. So why am I scared? And then we start to put value on that as we judge it. And the reality is it's there. It's primitive brain. And when you can have mind-body connection, we change everything. And our Mastering the Inner Game, we have a whole series that we are offering. So get on that wait list and get started. It's going to begin your journey on that mind-body connection. And we will be releasing an Inner CEO, which is mind-body connection, which is awareness, acceptance, kind of learning what the neurology is of what your brain is doing, letting go of the shame and guilt, and then action. We're actually going to put it all together so that we can build a pathway for success. It's all self-paced. It's going to be amazing. So definitely go check it out. And so as the mind body is disconnected, what we find is we're spiraling in self-doubt. We're sitting in that topsoil and we're just trying to figure out all the perceived expectations and using our past trauma, stress narratives as a guideline to what we're doing. We're not looking at our true North Star. We are not connecting to our inner compass. We're connecting to the world around us and using our stress as our survival tool. And so when we can ground, we can tend to our fruit, and we can start to discern the truths of what is actually in the present and what is our past trying to occupy our present. And so how we're going to break free from these spirals of self-doubt is that awareness, acceptance, action, that purpose, accountability, and dedication. As we are uniting in these experiences, letting go of the judgment and being present with ourselves, understanding that there is a framework for success, we just have to follow it. And we do that by staying present in the here and now. We find our grounding. And so this week, we're going to have the worksheet. We're going to go through and explore the 3 A's, awareness, acceptance, action, where we are on that mapping of success and pulling that back in with activities and reflection questions. So definitely check everything out. And next week, we're going to finish up the month with West and really see how our movement creates a nice way of, as I say on the river of life metaphor, the whole purpose of coaching is to realize that at some point in time you will be on the bank of suffering and despair. And coaching will build that bridge so that every night you've built a habit that puts you in the center of your village of value, strength building, and growth. And that village is on the West Bank. So let's get to our village next week. I'm Jennifer Evans with Empowering Wellness Counseling Solutions. Thank you for joining me.